louder. Hello.
Hello, I'm JQ.
I'm TQ.
This is another Q Brothers secret. Shh.
So stupid, but good. Oh, sorry. So every once in a while, we do a little episode where we just talk about something that we think people should know more about. So it's kind of a secret. It's not a secret if you know anything about me that I love.
I know you have a huge beard.
That I have a huge beard.
That's not a secret.
No. That I have. That I love tea. I'm a tea drinker.
Tea is a tea drinker.
Yes, TQ drinks tea, a lot of it. It's my favorite beverage. I realized.
I too am an avid tea drinker. How many teas would you say you drink a day? You drink definitely your morning tea, right?
My morning tea, an afternoon tea, and then often an evening tea that's non-caffeinated. You know.
So would you say you're like 15 to 25 times a week?
I would say it's probably there are some days where I only get 2 because I'm busy, so I won't do it.
At least
so 14. I would say it's like 10 to 20 cups of tea a week. And it's my favorite part of the day.
I'm probably like a 5 to 10 guy.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is, what I'm trying to say is, I have some tea in here right now. This is my old ratty filter, but I think tea enjoyment is increased greatly when you're not limited to tea and tea bags.
Yeah,
and when you have loose leaf teas, you can...
Loose leaf teas.
There's a pleasure to... Sometimes I want a little more and get more of a kick. Sometimes I want a little less. Sometimes I might mix 2 things up. You can get crazy with loose leaf teas. But
they're beautiful when you don't ground them up.
Yeah, when they're not in a bag.
Yeah, the whole flower and everything, or the whole leaf.
Or leaves, and you just see them expand. But the impediment to teas, for loose leaf teas, is that it's a pain in the butt to use one of those little spoons and the teas are falling out, or to use a little ball that you have to unscrew, or most of the tea filters stink. Or you have some that are like this, a cup style, but the holes are too big, and then you end up with tea detritus, remains, I don't know if that's the right word, dregs floating around your tea. This tea filter that we carry, it's years old, but it still is great. It's brown and it's
mesh.
But it's the finest mesh you can imagine in this skeleton of a frame. And I just drop it into my cup, I pour my hot water in, and then I pull it out, rinse it, shake it in the garbage, and rinse it under a sink. My whole thing, I never get any... Sometimes there are teas that you want to brew and leave the remains in there, but assuming you don't, you never get a single little piece in there with this tea filter.
It's true, I have that very one.
And cleaning it is literally so easy. It's this, rinse it, and then set it in the drying rack, and it's done. Which makes, it's sometimes just about making things easy.
One of the things I can add here is that not only is green tea and... Well, there's only one kind of tea, right? Tea plant.
Yeah, the Camellia
sinensis, right? Sinensis. Green tea, black tea, white tea. I mean, not only are those teas, but half the people that come into this store are buying loose leaf herbs.
They're
beautiful lavender flowers, chamomile flowers, full flowers.
Dandelion.
Beautiful. I mean, these are beautiful teas that all have great medicinal properties. Yeah. And when we have
violet leaves,
there's certain things like stomach issues, things where the tea will pass right by the problem.
Yeah.
They work amazingly well. Yeah. So the throat, the chest, the stomach, the prostate. The urinary tract.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Those are that's where you want teas because the tea runs right directly to the source.
Dr. J. Sharon.
I'm serious.
No, I know.
And so it's amazing.
And there's just, I think, there's something about drinking a hot beverage that you've created. This gets into the more philosophical side. I drank tea last night. I was telling you, Moroccan tea. And we were talking about the process of tea and how...
The ritual, you mean?
The ritual, the process, the intentions that go into a cup of tea and all the things. And that's all great. And ideally I could pour it out of a big samovar into like a gold, silver thing into like cups all the time. But the reality is like sometimes you want it, but you still got to move fast in modern. So
you were mentioning like a
battery pack emergency because our secret turned into like a Q Brothers preaching session about tea, I think. But I think it's a good one.
Right? You can talk, pal.
No doubt. I can. I like to talk.
All right. Well, what is it?
But
you were saying like I loved going out for tea last night, but then
life doesn't always.
But you're a man on the go, is what you were saying.
Yeah, it's busy. You run out the door, take kids to school, getting to work, doing all this stuff, and how do you blend the joy of having good tea with the idea that you also need to keep moving sometime? And so I find that this is my secret to being able to enjoy tea on a more than just, hey, a selection of bags, throw it in there and throw it out level.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think that the variety of teas that are available,
and as you were saying, herbs to be used as teas, it's great.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. Remember that time? This is just a little reminiscence for this like
strange
melancholy throwback Monday.
Yeah.
It's like I was having a headache, and you just came upstairs here. I was in the office, and I was like, dude, my head's killing me. And you just came up with this concoction of herbs, and like in about 20 minutes, my whole body had relaxed, and I was just like, thank you. It was like one of the best gifts you've ever given me in my life.
Oh, thanks.
I'll never forget that.
It was a good tea. It's one of my favorites.
What was the combination? Because we're going to get people asking.
Well, this was nettle.
No.
You were looking like anemic, kind of.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that nettle's a headache tea, but it's because it's iron and it's green and it's good for you. It's just like almost like green vegetables are.
Yeah.
So it was nettle and yarrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Right?
And then I put a pinch of mate in it. And
just give a little bit of caffeine.
Give you a little shot for the rest of the day, and then. And I'm not sure. There was one more thing in there, but I can't remember what it was right now.
I want to say was it chamomile or something like that? It was like something very it wasn't chamomile.
Goldenrod.
Goldenrod.
It was goldenrod.
Yeah. It was great. That was a great gift. Anyway, let that be your inspiration. Go drink some tea.